Unity. Hello, beautiful people. And hello, people at home. I'm assuming you're beautiful. I can't see it, so just say, yeah, I'm beautiful. And stand as you are able. Let's sing a song together. If you've been here a long time, you've probably heard this for years. It goes like this. I am as God created me, in the light, in the love, in the glory. I am as God created me, in the light, in the love, in the glory. Do it again if you'd like to harmonize, do. I am as God created me, in the light, in the love, in the glory. One more. I am as God created me, in the light, in the love, in the glory. Second part goes like this. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. I am. Do that again. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. I am. First part. I am as God created me. In the light, in the love, in the glory. If you like the hand thing, do it. I am as God created me. In the light, in the love, in the glory. Second part, in the light. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. I am, yeah. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. I am. One more on the one. I am as God created me. In the light, in the love, in the glory. I am as God created me. In the light, in the love, in the glory. Let us pray.
And so we turn our attention within as we know the truth of our opening statement. So let's affirm it together. There is but one presence and one power in my life and in the universe, God the good, omnipotence.
All right, we're going to split the room. This is sort of your campfire style thing, right? It's okay to get confused. I'm going to do in the light, in the love, in the glory, and I'll start with you. You guys do that with me if you can. Y'all take the rest of it, right? So the whole rest of the room is I am, because I'll bet I can be louder than you, all on my own. 3, 4. Light in the love in the glory. In the light in the love in the glory. In the light in the love in the glory. I am. Once again. In the light in the love in the glory. In the light in the love in the glory. In the light in the love in the glory. I am. Switch sides. I am as God created me. In the light, in the love, in the glory. I am as God created me. In the light, in the light, in the love, in the glory. Everybody on one. I am as God created me. In the light, in the love, in the glory. One last time. I am as God created me. In the light, in the love, in the glory. Beautiful. Please be seated. I see you, Julia Hill, all the way here from England. Hello. And
Oh,
Betty
Australia.
Wong and her parents. Hi.
Good morning. And welcome to Seattle Unity, both in-house and at home. If you're watching from home, please type in where you're watching from and or any prayer requests you may have. And if you're in the room, the prayer box is in the lobby. You can fill out prayer requests over there. Before we do our mission statement, I'd like to ask, is there anybody with us for the very first time? If so, would you raise your hand so we can welcome you and say hello and thank you for being with us. Okay, so we had a board retreat about a month ago, and we looked at the mission and vision statement, and so we tweaked our mission statement just a little bit. Let's see if you can notice. So let's affirm our mission statement together. We are a welcoming spiritual community, thriving and extending beyond the heart of Seattle, celebrating, inspiring, and deepening our individual and collective spiritual journeys. Can I get an amen? Amen. Yes. All right, so a couple of announcements. One is following the service today, we are having a community meeting, a board Q&A, so we invite you to stay for that. That'll be on the 3rd floor. And then I want to let you know that next Sunday we're having a remembrance service. And basically what that is when you're grieving, whether you lost somebody this year or 10 years ago, but it's up for you, this is a way to create space for that loved one that you have lost. So we'll have a candle lighting, and we invite you to bring a memento or a picture, because we're going to have an altar, and just create space and bless our loved ones who have made their transitions and bring them into our hearts and our minds as we move into the Christmas season. And then finally, I wanted to let you know that our board we'll be making phone calls to see if you are able to give an end-of-the-year gift. You start thinking about tax season coming up, so we invite you just to, if you're able to give generously to this. Okay. Yes, Cindy? Are there papers? Do we have a board member who wants to answer that? There are no papers. But find a board member. Okay, so let's all, before we do that, the chat prompt is, for those at home, what does being present mean to you? So that's for our online folks, and for us in the room, let's all stand and greet one another.
Please stay standing as you're able, and you can join me in this song. This is a call and response, so you should have no trouble following. All right. I know. I am a light.
I am a light.
I am a light.
I am a light.
In this world.
In this world.
In this world.
In this world.
I am a light.
I am a light.
I am a light.
I am a light.
In this world.
In this world.
In this world.
In this world.
This is the place.
This is the place.
This is the time.
This is the time.
Let it shine.
Let it shine.
Let it shine.
Let it shine.
I see the joy.
I see the joy.
I see the joy.
I see the joy.
In this world.
In this world.
In this world.
In this world.
I see the joy.
I see the joy.
I see the joy.
I see the joy.
In this world.
In this world.
In this world.
In this world.
This is the place.
This is the place.
This is the time.
This is the time.
Let it shine.
Let it shine.
Let it shine.
Dance break.
Dance break.
Woo!
Living love every day.
I'm 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 living love every day.
Right place, right place.
Peace along the way.
There we are.
This
Let
is
it
the time.
Let it shine.
There we go, baby. Let it shine.
I feel the love.
I feel the love.
I feel the love.
I feel the love.
In this world.
In this world.
In this world.
In this world.
I feel the love.
I feel the love.
I feel the love.
I feel the love.
In this world.
In this world.
In this world.
In this world.
This is the place.
This is the place.
This is the time.
This is the time.
Let it shine.
Let it shine. Let it shine. Nice. Thank you. Please be seated. That whole first part of the service tends to be lighter, faster, trying to get our breath going because we're about to turn the page into a more contemplative part of our service. The center of that peaceful feeling will be a 3-minute silent meditation, about 3 to 4 minutes, that we share together. We want to make sure we don't fall asleep during those meditations. Though you know what? It's unity. You do you. Right. And we'll have a lovely carol through the month of December. You know I don't often show you lyrics because I don't care what you sing, right? But in December I do show you lyrics because we sing a lot of Christmas carols and those second verses are a bear. So today we're going to do O Come, Emmanuel, and we'll have some lyrics up there. That one will start off with my friend Chris will sing in Latin. You're not expected to sing in Latin. It's okay. But our first step into this more contemplative space comes from one of our returning chaplains and a poet and a wonderful friend, Marcia Rattan.
It's always so wonderful to see you. Yeah. Meditation for Faith from Divine Audacity by Reverend Linda Martella Whitsett. Calming my breath, I focused attention on my pineal gland located between the 2 hemispheres of my brain. Breathing in and breathing out, attention fixed, I bless this connecting link between the physical and the spiritual. Sensitive to the pulsing life and the movement of energy, I know faith is my ability to see what cannot be seen humanly. I activate this spiritual power, courageously perceiving a greater truth than my physical senses report. I dare myself to see what cannot be seen by human eyes, but exists as surely as the sun exists behind a cloud. I perceive the bottom line truths about life, that life is irrepressible, eternal, and perfect in every stage and form. I stretch my capacity to see the good that can be in the midst of troubling situations. I envision possibilities even in seemingly impossible circumstances. I am devoted to perceiving the good that can be. I am convinced that the nature of unseen good, the animating and harmonizing creative power behind all that I have and experience, is my nature. I am divine. I reach inward to my storehouse of faith to remain faithful during times when my human brain cannot envision the magnificent possibilities. I demonstrate conviction by living as love lives, as wholeness lives, as wisdom lives. I audaciously trust in universal goodness so much that I rest deeply in the peace of spiritual assurance. By my innate power of faith, I live in positive expectancy. I center my attention in joyous anticipation.
Veni, veni, Emmanuel, captivum solve Israel, qui gemitin exit.
Where am I? Where am I going? Is it somewhere that I want to go? And when I get there, is that where happy is? Or is it somewhere I already know? Sometimes I feel like I cry without a noise. Sometimes I feel like somebody chose my choice. I have to run away. I have to sit and stay. I want to live a life where I'm allowed to say that I'm proud of the way that I spent my days. I can feel something growing. It is small, but it's shifting the ground. When I was younger, I could hear it, but it's back. It's my sound. Sometimes I feel like I lost my only voice, but then I realize only I can choose my choice. I have to run away. I have to sit and stay. I want to live a life where I'm allowed to say that I'm proud of the way that I spent my days. These days, all we ever really get are days to dream and days to lose. I just need to choose my time. I have to run away. I have to stay. I'm gonna live a life where I am proud to say that I followed my joy. I followed my heart. I lived this one wild life. I ripped it apart. I pushed through the corners with no apology. And finally I can say I know the way. I'll say that I love the way that I spend my days.
Kavika Houston. Is everyone awake? Happy Thanksgiving weekend and first day of Advent. Did everyone have a good Thanksgiving? Ate a little bit? So I broke one of my own rules. And did anyone else notice that Thanksgiving and Christmas has always just sort of been melding together for the last little while. But I had this rule that I couldn't watch any Christmas movies before Thanksgiving. And I just couldn't hold out. I think it's part of self-therapy and self-care right now. And I have other friends that also admitted to this as well. It's right up there with puppy and kitty videos or children videos, whichever you prefer. So we are celebrating this first day of Advent, the beginning of Advent. It comes from the Latin adventus, which means arrival. And in Unity, we look at it as this opportunity in this time to awaken that Christ consciousness within ourselves, to awaken that divine essence, which is the truth of each one of us. And on this first Sunday in Advent, we're also exploring the themes of hope and faith. And I think all of us can use a little bit more hope and faith And I think it's important that we go a little bit deeper and look at the ways in which we can enliven these more fully. And so my question for you that I want to kind of ask you to hold today during the service and throughout the day today and this week is, how are you leaving the door open for hope and faith? And how are you activating it and bringing it more fully alive in your life, in your experience, in our world? And so that's part of our spiritual exploration. And so I want to first define hope, and it's defined as to cherish a desire with anticipation. And so it has these two essential ingredients. It has a yearning and desire with an anticipation or expectancy. There's this idea that it's possible. It's a possibility. And I know for many people, when they hear hope, it's, well, one, it's either feels like it's overused, so it's sort of lost its meaning. I hope I get a parking space. I hope I make it through this. I hope things work out, right? So it's used so frequently that it's maybe for some people lost that kind of meaning and sense of purpose. And then for other people, it may even seem kind of like wishful thinking, right? That hope somehow has this quality of, you know, it's nice, but it doesn't really have substance. It doesn't really have something that can affect or change reality. It's like, give me something solid, right? So for some people, hope has that kind of nature and characteristic. Yet, I think of hope, in my definition, one of the ways I look at it is it's actually a spark of the divine, a spark of life. Because when you think about it, can there really be anything without hope? And then some might even argue, can there really be a future without hope? At the very least, can there be a future that is loving and kind, connected, creative, powerful, without hope? Is that fire kind of underlying it, right? Because if we think about hopelessness, the opposite, can you just hold that word, and do you feel your energy could just kind of drain out of you? But just the very nature of hope is that spark of life, that spark of divinity, which we call forth into our experience that allows a brighter future. And right now, in our larger annual theme of generations, we're exploring Gen Z. And so in the kind of process of exploring Gen Z, I happened upon this digital space called Channel Kindness. And I invite you to all go and check it out. And so it is a sacred, safe space for young people to share their voices and their stories. It's a resource for educators. It's a resource for young people that are doing incredible work in the world about how they are extending kindness, how they are remaining optimistic and hopeful to build a brighter future in their lives and in the communities that they're part of. And so one of the bloggers on this website, Oscar Lopez, he was relating being part of a focus group in the past year with Gen Zers. And he said during this focus group, he was looking at, and they were asking the question of how Gen Z views the future. And they were touching on topics about, you know, what does the future look like? What are communities needing right now? How do we build better communities? How do we address mental wellness for our youth? So they're doing really incredible work. And Oscar, he related that in the middle of this, he was feeling very pessimistic. And he said this wasn't actually his nature, but he started listening to all of these different voices of these young people. And all of a sudden it occurred to him as they were speaking with hope. And that's what he centered in on, is that idea that they held hope because they were seeing examples of people, thousands of people and young people, doing incredible acts of kindness in the world, creating new nonprofits, building communities, extending kindness. And if you go to their website, they have stories of different work that they're doing. And he realized and he pointed out that hope isn't just important, it's a necessity. And he shared hopelessness drives us toward inaction, but a realistic approach toward hope, where we accept that a better tomorrow is possible only if we work towards it, empowers us to build such a future. If we are to build a kinder and braver world, we must have hope that a kinder and braver world is possible. And so they're voicing this truth that we all are called to hold on to. And he listened to these young leaders and future leaders as they shared their optimism and hope for the future, and know that they are grounded in current situations. Many of them come from very difficult circumstances. Part of this, the purpose of this site was to promote mental wellness for youth, because many of them had been bullied. They're part of LGBTQ communities. They're part of a variety of different communities that know challenge. And so it's not this blind hope, it's this hope that's anchored in reality. And he said, as he listened to them, their optimism reminded me that our hope is our power. And he said, our action, the tool by which we create the future we want, may we never cease to hope. And so again, how are you leaving the door open to hope right now? And finding ways to activate it in your life and in your experience. So if hope is the spark of the creative impulse, everything that we want to create for a better future, then faith is that bridge. And I like to think of faith as this bridge between the ideas that we have and bringing them out of the unmanifest or the spiritual realm down into this earth. And so again, faith is often relegated to kind of wishful thinking or hopeful thinking, right? That's nice, but it's not really grounded in reality. But I want to differentiate in what Unity looks at is the difference between blind faith and understanding faith. And so blind faith is a faith that is putting a power outside of ourselves. And it has its purpose. It can be useful. But again, it's putting something in power outside of ourselves. Whereas an understanding faith, as Unity teaches, it's a faith anchored within. It's one of our divine powers. It's one of our divine qualities. It is a faith that's grounded on spiritual principle. And so Charles Fillmore, one of the co-founders of Unity, he defines faith as the perceiving power of the mind linked with the power to shape substance. It is spiritual assurances, the power to do the seemingly impossible. Faith is a force that draws to us our heart's desire right out of the invisible spiritual substance. It is a deep inner knowing that that which is sought is already ours for the taking. And Charles Fillmore, quoting Hebrews 11:1, says, faith is the assurance of things hoped for, conviction of things not seen. And so again, this understanding faith is a spiritual principle that we can lean into. And so how are you leaving the door open to faith? A faith that's anchored on spiritual principle, especially right now during this time and moving into the season of Advent. So are you leaving the door open to hope and faith? Are you leaving the door of your minds and hearts open? As challenging as it may be in life circumstances, it's important to come back and ask that question. Are we leaving our hearts and minds open rather than closing down when there's challenge? And so during this Advent season, we're looking at various times at the Christmas story. And so one version in the book of Matthew in the first chapter, it talks about that Joseph is betrothed to Mary, and he finds out that she's pregnant Uh-oh. And he makes a lot of assumptions. And so he decides he's going to quietly just let the marriage go and step back from the marriage. And then Joseph has a dream, and in the dream, an angel appears to Joseph and says, it's not what it appears. Mary's pregnancy is not what it appears. It's pregnant, Mary is pregnant by the Holy Spirit. And she will have a son, and you will name him Jesus. And so Joseph takes in this information from his dream and from the angel, and he wakes and he commits to marrying Mary and caring for Jesus and Mary. And in Unity, we often look at these stories metaphysically. And so if we look at how are each of these characters in the story, these parts of the story, part of us, well, Joseph is that intellect. It is that ability of us to see and take in information with our physical senses, our intellect that's very important to make decisions and take action in the world. So this is what Joseph represents in us and our awareness. In the dream, and the angel appearing in the dream represents that spiritual knowing, that spiritual insight or understanding, divine guidance, divine understanding. It's a way of knowing in a different way. And of course, Jesus represents that awakening of Christ consciousness that is the truth of each of us. And so when we look at the story, we see that Joseph, that aspect of us that can see out into the world and see with our physical senses what might be happening and make judgments about it, we are asked to step back and leave the door open to spirit, to divine guidance and wisdom, to know and look for a bigger truth, a bigger possibility that is always present, underlying whatever might be appearing in the moment. So I've been reading a book by a retired Unity minister, Reverend David McClure, called The Healing Tapestry, and it's about his healing journey with cancer. And I'm enjoying it right now. He has a very interesting writing style. But one of his things that he shares in the book is that he has a new name for God, and it's called the Universal Field of Infinite Possibilities. And I've decided that I might want to use this more often because I think it speaks to what God is and what this idea of understanding faith and hope is. It's about looking around and being truthful of what we see in the world and in our lives and acknowledging that, allowing space for it, and holding the greater possibility. That hope that stretches us into a brighter future and faith that grabs hold of it and brings it here down onto the earth. And so again, I'm going to ask you, how are you leaving the door open to hope and faith? And what are you willing to do today and this week to spark and enliven that flame of hope, to anchor that sense of faith? Maybe it's having a meditation or prayer centered around faith. Maybe it's doing inspirational reading. What is that for you? And so I'm going to ask you right now to just turn to a neighbor and just share, what are you willing to do this week to open to hope and faith and to anchor that? What are you willing, just at least one thing, just turn to someone next to you and share at least one thing you're willing to do. Take about another 30 seconds. All right, and bringing your attention back to this full space in the room, thanking the person you were sharing with. All right, so hopefully someone came up with at least one idea that everybody, and you're welcome to borrow from other people's ideas. That's all fair game. Or you may not want to. But find what speaks to you. So again, the invitation as we move into Advent in this first week of Advent is, what are you doing to keep hope alive, that spark of the divine, that spark of life? And how are you anchoring faith, a faith of understanding in your life? So as you go forth, may you feel the blessings of this Advent season. Thank you. So we come now to that time of our give of our tithes and our love offerings. And so if you're joining us online or if you're in person, you're welcome to give via text, 206-350-8448, or via the website. And of course, we also are grateful for checks and cash. And so if you will join me now in affirming our prayer of blessing. I give willingly, joyfully, and lovingly, knowing that God is the constant source of my supply. I give with graciousness and receive with gratitude.
I know there's pain. Why do you lock yourself up in these chains? No one can change your life except for you. Don't ever let anyone step all over you. Just open your heart and your mind. Is it really fair to feel this way inside? Someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye. Till then, baby, are you gonna let them hold you down and make you cry? Don't you know, things will change, things will go your way if you hold on for one more day. If you hold on for one more day, things will go your way. Hold on for one more day. You can sustain, or are you comfortable with the pain? You've got no one to blame for your unhappiness. Oh baby, you got yourself into your own mess. Just letting your worries pass you by. Don't you think it's worth your time to change your mind? Someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye. Till then, baby, are you gonna let them hold you down and make you cry? Don't you know, things will change, things will go your way if you hold on for one more day, yeah. If you hold on for one more day, things will go your way. Hold on for one more day. I know that there is pain, but you hold on for one more day and you break free from the chains. I know that there is pain, but you hold on for one more day and you break free from the chains. I know that there is pain, but you one more day, and you break free, break from the chains. Woo! Someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye. Till then, baby, are you gonna let him hold you down and make you cry? Don't you know, things will change, things will go your way if you hold on for one more day, yeah. If you hold on for one more day, things will go your way. Hold on for one more day.
Yeah! Kavika Houston.
Thank you.
And so will our chaplains who are on duty come up here with me so we can do our final prayers and our blessings. So I'm just going to say hello to the people at home. I didn't get the names, so we hold you in our hearts and know that Donna is holding them in prayer. But we put a final blessing on our offering by giving thanks for the givers. And may the gift that you give return to you 1,000, 1,000,000-fold. May your good show up in expected and unexpected ways. And so we shift and we move to our prayers for those who have requested. And so we hold Betty in the light. And we see Dottie, who is about to make her transition, that this is a smooth and easy experience. We hold in our hearts and we bless Scott and Kim for abundance, generosity, and prosperity. And we hold and we bless April and Anna, Gary and Bert, Larry and Alexander. We see that spirit of strength fill Colleen, and healing power to John, to Mary Ellen and Sheila. And we hold also in our prayers Zach, Leslie, and Marty, and anyone else or any place else that comes to your mind. Please speak the names now. And so we join together in our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Thank you, Heather. Yes, it is. Let's sing one more closing song together. I invite you to stand as you are able. If you want to hold hands, that's awesome. It's also okay to say, hey, no thanks. It's unity. You're allowed to do it. I'm happy. Hold my hand. Thank you. This is an easy chant. It's Shalom, Salam, Pachem. And this past year, there have been a lot of, so this is Hebrew and Arabic and Latin. Keep in mind that this is a hope for interfaith harmony that doesn't necessarily exist today, but will. It will for us. Shalom. 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 Do that again. Shalom. Shalom.